What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Thursday. A 4-game slate here tonight. Kind of depressing after those big slates the last 2 nights. And also, one of these games could be rained out. Minnesota against Chicago. It's looking like, I would say, like 50-50 based on the forecast of what I saw, that it's going to be rained out. But definitely keep an eye on that. But just because of that, I didn't recommend anyone from that game. So maybe I could tweet someone out that I like in that spot if they do say that it's going to be playing, but I don't even know we're going to get word on that. But on this slate, though, the thing is that it's actually starting at 8 o'clock, so it gets us a bit of extra time for some research here for this 4-game slate. But there's not many ways you can go on a 4-game slate that might turn into a 3-game slate. But I got it broken down with 6 of my favorite guys. My money 6 with everything considered. 2 pitchers, 3 hitters, and a value batter. Last night with the pitching, we absolutely dominated. James Paxton got 16 strikeouts. I tweeted out, like, is that Randy Johnson? The guy was on fire, striking out batters left and right, and that was only in 7 innings. So extremely good stuff from him. He ended up getting 44 drafting points, but then the bullpen ended up blowing it for him right after that, so he could have even got up to 48. And then Aaron Nola pitched pretty well with 31 drafting points. And Bryce Harper went off, but that core 3 was very nice, but the rest of the guys in the hitting, very disappointing. Nelson Cruz had an opportunity with the bases loaded late in the game, ended up striking out. He had 2 looking strikeouts, so I don't know, maybe the guy was just like drunk during the game, but he didn't seem like he had his A game out there, so that kind of sucked. And then also Adam Duvall had a bad night. Wilmer Flores disappointing. So those 3 guys all disappointed, but everyone else, flying colors from them. So hopefully we can have a more consistent plays throughout in this video. So before we get going though, be sure to leave a like in the video. It really helps me out. So let's just get into it. I'm going to go with CHAPMAN at the top here. I always like to go safe with the pitching, so I'm going to do that again. Like, there's some guys at the bottom here that are very, very risky. So I'm going to start off with a guy that has been absolutely dominant the last 2 games, 30 and 53 drafting points in the last 2 games. That's against very good lineups in Houston and Boston. Normally, they don't strike out that much. So very impressive stuff from CHAPMAN. Made quick work of both those lineups. I mean, he had a perfect game, or got a no-hitter in this one. So not much more you can really say about that. But I think this is a solid spot. Not great for a strikeout upside because Seattle hasn't been striking out that much in these games this year, but he's just pitching so well that he still can get some strikeouts and go pretty deep in the game. I mean, he got 23 drafting points in the same matchup last game out at Seattle. Only allowed 2 hits there. He gave up a home run, so if you can not give up that home run and go 7 innings, so we can have a very solid start again here from CHAPMAN. Just hope for him a few more strikeouts than 4 in this game, but we're going to go ahead and lock him in there. Think he's a safe player, some solid strikeout stuff, and the form has been tremendous the last 2 games, even at the last 3 games. So for my second guy, though, David Price, a little bit up and down this year. I mean, he started off on fire against Tampa Bay, 27 and 22 drafting points. And honestly, he pitched pretty well against the Angels with 5 innings, got 21 drafting points. So those 3 starts, pretty solid, but the last 2, a little bit disappointing. Against Oakland, he allowed 9 hits, and against Tampa Bay, he let up 8 hits in that one. But this game against Texas, I like the matchup a lot because the Rangers do strike out a lot. They're one of the highest strikeout rates of any team in the league. And in this Texas Rangers lineup, they do have a lot of lefties. Like, it's pretty much half lefty and half righty in there. So I think Price could get some solid outs against those lefties. He's very good against lefties, is creating not hard contact and getting some strikeouts as well. So I like Price a lot in this matchup to go a little bit deeper, not allow as many hits here. There is some wind blowing in from right field too, which can help. So David Price, I like him a lot here. Lock him in there. That has some slight weather concerns, but I'm going to guess that game plays. So those are the 2 pitchers, CHAPMAN and David Price on the slate. I like them both to get over 20 drafting points in their respective games. But now we're going to go with the hitters. Albert Pujols at 3,600. We're going to go down a trip down narrative street here with Albert Pujols. He's 2 hits away from 3,000. So obviously he's going to be motivated to try to get those 2 hits tonight, and a very juicy matchup against Chris Tillman, a guy that was not great against right-handed batters. Last year, he got 2.8 home runs per 9 to right-handed batters. And what better way for Pujols to get that 3,000th hit with a home run? That would be icing on the cake. So hopefully that turns out. And he's been hitting pretty well against right-handed pitchers this year. He has like a 260 average compared to only like a 180 average against lefties, and most of his power is coming against right-handed pitchers. I think 5 out of his 6 home runs are against them, and he has some doubles, so he has some good ISO and power against right-handed pitchers. So Tillman, a very good matchup here. I think he'll get it done. Get those 2 hits tonight. 3,600, a nice little discount in the meat of the order. So go ahead and lock him in there. And for my second guy, I'm going to go with another guy that has some nice pop. Matt Chapman going against a bad pitcher in Wade LeBlanc, a nice lefty-righty split here. And Chapman, he has good power against both hands, lefty and righty. But it's just easier to see the ball for these right-handed batters. So I think that Chapman can get a good look at some pitches here. He's been struggling recently, but he still has had that good power with 6 home runs on the year. He should have some good RBI opportunities in that 5 spot in this lineup. Already 15 RBIs in the year. I think he honestly can get a few more in this game with the lineup in front of him, getting on base against LeBlanc and just getting some good opportunities. So if you can follow through, he's had some good contact, hard contact rate against lefty pitches this year, and some solid power in his 2-year career. So I'm going to go with Matt Chapman there. A nice little spot, only 4,100. Most of the rest of that Athletics lineup, is pretty expensive, and Chapman is one of those better values, and he has some good pop, so has that upside capability. But for my third guy, I'm going to go with TREY Mancini, another guy that is pretty cheap at the top of that lineup, going against a bad prospect, not a great pitcher in MANAEA here. He's struggled a lot in 2 starts or 2 stints. I'm not sure if both of them are starts, but I know that it was like 2 innings and 4 innings in his 2 first games, and he was very bad, especially against right-handed batters. Definitely not a big sample, but just from what I've seen, he's not a good prospect. So I think this Orioles lineup can definitely get to him. And TREY Mancini, he's had some bad luck against right-handed pitchers on the year. So that's kind of weighing into this. I think he's going to bounce back here against a right-handed pitcher. He's been hitting the ball hard against them, but the power and the numbers haven't followed through with that. He has a 39% hard hit rate against right-handed pitchers. And just looking at last year, he had some great pop against them. He had 223 ISO, 19 home runs against right-handed pitchers. And just being in the top of this order, I think the Orioles are going to get it going more. He could definitely get up to 5 at-bats in this game. He's been producing pretty solid recently, 16, 8, 14, so he's had some big games here and there. I think this is the game against MANAEA where this Orioles lineup can just do a little bit more. They're definitely pissed off because they haven't been racking up many runs at all this year. So a good spot for him to get it going. Lock him in there. So that's the core 5. You got Pujols, Chapman, and Mancini that go along with the 2 pitchers. And for my value guy, I'm going to go with another Baltimore Oriole. Like I said, I think they get it going. And Adam Jones, an extreme discount here at 3,300 just because he's been so bad recently. But this is a prime spot for him to bounce back. Like, he's not going to be hitting bad every single game. Like, he's too good of a hitter, way too consistent throughout his career. And he's had great splits against right-handed pitchers throughout his career. So this is a good spot to bounce back. Like I've been saying, against MANAEA, not a great pitcher, and Adam Jones, he's better against right-handed pitchers than left-handed pitchers, and MANAEA has struggled in like his few innings of work against right-handed batters. So I think Adam Jones can get it done here, get some more hits on the board, maybe even show off that power that he has with the home run in this game. An extreme discount, 3,300. Lock him in there. One of the few times you'll see like Adam Jones at 3,300, I feel. So hopefully he can turn it around there. So 3,650 remaining per player. We got some OGs in the lineup. Albert Pujols, Adam Jones there, David Price. So some solid value throughout with these guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps me out. Before you head out, let's try to get over 50 likes in this one. Thank you so much for all the support. Let's try to keep it going here tonight. Win some money. So good luck tonight. Also hit that subscribe button if you are new here to the channel to get these MLB DraftKings picks every single day. I also uploaded my NBA DraftKings picks for the day, so you can go check that out right now if you're interested in that. So good luck tonight, 8 o'clock, first game. So be in mind to that, but good luck. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.